For those of you that are budget conscious, buying an economy car is more financially sound than buying an electric car. This may shock some of you, thinking the electric car, you never have to put gas in it. But there is a cost involved to the electric car that the economy car does not have. There are two types of cars that people buy to save money. The first one is the economy car, which costs less upfront. The second one is the electric car. The initial costs are more, and the savings are accrued after a period of time that usually exceeds the amount of time that an average person owns their car. So you would have to own your electric car for quite some time to recoup some of that cost and savings that you get with the economy car. When talking about the traditional economy car versus the modern electric car, we look at when you go to purchase those cars. The electric car, according to Road and Track magazine, costs on an average of 10 to 15% more upfront. Most people, when looking to be budget conscious, don't have 10 to 15% more money to spend upfront on their car. Then we look at the miles per gallon. When buying an economy car, you can find economy cars now that will allow you 35 to 45 miles per gallon when driving on the highway and driving conservatively. When looking at the electric car, it is not as convenient. You can't just jump into your electric car and drive wherever you would like to go and stop at a gas station and refill. When driving your electric car, most on average, according to Automobile Magazine, the electric car will give you 60 to 150 miles on one charge. So you would have to then stop and recharge your vehicle, which takes time. So the argument then comes, what is your time worth? Would you rather pay the $3 a gallon for gas, fill up within 5 to 7 minutes, jump back in the car and continue your trip? Or do you want to stop to find an electric charging station and be there for 2 to 4 hours to get you enough charge to finish your journey? When you talk about driving an economy car, you drive an economy car like you would any other car. When you talk about driving an electric car, it is not the same as driving a normal vehicle. When driving an electric car, the power is not there. The acceleration is not there. Now, they do make electric cars that have that. They're called, the Tesla company has come out with an electric car that you can drive 200 plus miles on. It has an incredible amount of horsepower, but the average person cannot spend $100,000 on an electric car. So back to the budget conscious person, which is people like you and me, looking for a bang for our buck right now, not 10 years from now. When you talk about the long run of an economy car versus the electric car, the technology is forever catching up with the electric cars. With the budget or economy car, Toyota, Honda, Nissan, Mazda, they have that down. They know how to make a 4-cylinder economy car. The technology isn't changing rapidly. When dealing with the electric car, the technology needs to keep up with it. They are coming out more and more consistently with modern, more advanced technology on the electric cars, which means the electric car that you bought 2 years ago, the depreciation value is going to rapidly go down. So your car's not going to be worth what you owe on it. And remember, you've already paid 15% more for that car than somebody paid for their economy car. So in that situation, that would be a lose-lose for the electric car. Financially, the economy car will be the better route for the consumer, especially the budget-conscious consumer. It's easier to maintain. It's more reliable. When you deal with the electric car, you do have costs involved to maintain that. You have batteries, again, not normal batteries, so you're dealing with more advanced technology, which usually equates to costing more money. When you talk about the budget economy car, the savings is seen at a much quicker rate. The average person is usually shopping for savings today, not savings 10 years from now. When you research this and look into the magazines such as Road and Track, Automobile, Car and Driver, they do testing on this all the time for the consumer, to allow the consumer to see what the costs are, what the savings are. And with several different articles, they've come back every single time saying you're better off to just buy your economy car. The electric car is not for the average middle class person who has the money up front and looking for savings over a long period of time. So I hope I've answered your questions about the economy car versus the electric car. We can see for the average middle class person, the economy car is the way to go. And maybe years from now, when the technology gets to the point where it is not changing monthly, then we may be able to look at the electric car for those who are on a budget. Thank you.